As a kid, I always wondered how some people can be successful and other people are not. I was sitting on the couch watching my most favorite movie, Spider-Man. Maybe you were a fan of Spider-Man as well. And I was looking at him. He was like a role model. He was a hero. He was fighting villains. He was successful. He had this red-haired girl that was like very cute. He had a good-looking body. And I saw all of these highly successful people inside of movies that are looking good, that are making money, and that are successful and get attention from girls. But when I looked inside of the real world, I just saw obese, beer-drinking fathers, and I didn't really have a role model in real life. And I was wondering, why is there such a big gap? Why is there such a big gap? Because, to be honest, we all get born pretty much the same. Of course, we have like a different environment and we have different circumstances and different families and, a different kind of mental space and mental ability to do things. But why is it that a lot of people that are born in poverty, that have bad family circumstances and that got born in like bad places, like if you look at Elon Musk or like any of these highly successful people, look up the story and you will find out that most of them lived in poverty or in bad circumstances. So it's not about the environment. It's not about the people that you spend time with. It's not about all of those things. So I watched a bunch of courses and read a bunch of books of the most highly and productive and influential, successful people in the world to find out these 5 things that they all have in common. And I want to teach that to you because I've been using these secret advantages to improve my life. And in case you didn't know me, I'm Marlon. I have been on self-improvement for 2 years and I made a huge amount of progress. I used to be obese, ugly, fat, addicted to porn, addicted to video games and junk food. I've managed to build an attractive body and attract a girlfriend, also make money with my business and cut all bad habits out of my life, and I'm productive like 90% of the time. And I want to pass on this wisdom to you so you can make this change as well. So the first question that I'd ask myself is, what is a human? Like, what are we? Like, let's say this is you, and you ask yourself, okay, what are you? Because you have to understand what you are and how you work before you can actually be successful. A lot of people think we are the name. We are not the name. A lot of people think we're the bank account, or we tie our self-worth to, items in our real life, like our car or a house, or to another, like, human being, like a girlfriend. But what are we? We're not the number in our bank account. We're not our name. We're not our address. I am not Marlon. What are we then as humans? We are a collection of skills, characteristics, and beliefs. And this is very important to understand, because once you understand this, you can actually work on yourself and be successful. Throughout your life, you collect all kind of different skills, characteristics, and beliefs. If you're quite young like me, I'm 18 years old, you haven't built up all of the skills, characteristics, and beliefs because you're not, you haven't given time. And as soon as you get born, you develop certain skills. You learn how to, use your hand to grab a bottle of water and drink it. You learn how to use a fork and eat food. You have some certain characteristics that maybe society or family implants into your mind, and you have some certain beliefs that also get highly influenced by your parents, because you only start to actually think with the ages of like 4 to 5. So before that, it's just all about beliefs and the paradigm, and things get put into your subconscious self, which I won't touch because that would blow the frame. But you are a collection of characteristics, skills, and beliefs. But why is this important to know? Because if you know this, then you know exactly what to work on. The most highly successful people, they have worked relentlessly on their skills. Like, that is obvious. Like, Elon Musk has a skill to develop rockets, to fly them into the sky, to create cars, to run a business. Like he's the most successful person on earth in terms of money. He's the richest man on earth. He knows how to handle money. He knows how to make money better than anyone. He has leveled up a skill of making money to like 100%. What about his characteristics? He has some kind of characteristics, some certain traits, how he carries himself. He probably has a lot of charisma. He knows how to tell stories. He knows how to influence people. He knows how to manipulate people. He's read 100,000 of books. He studied like the most influential people. He read a bunch of books of people who conquered the world, Marcus Aurelius, Genghis Khan. And he looked at all the characteristics to apply them into his business, into his own life. I bet if you spend a day with Elon Musk, he's like uplifting. He's very positive. He's not that emotional. He's very intelligent. He knows how to articulate himself. He knows how to tell stories and, like I said before, manipulate you. He built up his characteristics to level 100 so he can be successful. And what about his beliefs? I actually believe that the beliefs that you have are the most important thing in your life. Because you can't rise above how you see yourself. You can't improve your skills and characteristics if you don't believe you can. If you have limiting beliefs, you're limiting your view of the whole world and of what you can achieve. You just have this much of space to actually improve. But if you change that, if you change your belief to as simple things like I can, I can't to I can, you have a way broader horizon of knowledge that you can observe. You have way more opportunities to improve. And you have a way bigger space and a way bigger gap that you can fill with knowledge and pull truths from all angles and then become successful and create your own philosophy for life, which is that we want. We want self-actualization. We want to be ourselves. We want to present ourselves to the world. We want to understand how we work and be 100% real and authentic. So, again, what you have to do is you have to work on your characteristics, skills, and beliefs, and especially start with your beliefs, because then you know what's possible and what's not possible, and you can only limit your own self. Again, you cannot rise above how you see yourself. And the second thing that most successful people do, that I bet you have heard before, is delaying gratification. Because we know that all of our small actions compound. All of our small actions compound. And if you are hardworking, consistent for a long amount of time, you will eventually at the point where your actions compound and you will achieve a huge amount of success. And I'm at this point right now where I'm constantly working hard and stacking up all of my wins, but my actions haven't compounded. I have to put more in. I have to get better. I have to work harder. And then my actions compound. And all of the videos that I've done will eventually blow up. Or that maybe this video will blow up. And I'm proving my point right here, which would be amazing. That all of these small actions compounded, you're able to delay gratification, because you can either cash in right now and take away from your future self, or you can choose to cash in later. And think of Warren Buffett. He's like also one of the richest guys in the world. He got rich in his 50s by delaying gratification. He used the compound interest. So he put away, like, let's say, to make this analogy easier, he put away $100 every single day for 50 years, and then after 50 years it compounded, and he became one of the most wealthiest and influential people in the world, because he was delaying gratification. But most people are the complete opposite. They spend $100 today, they say it's not that important, they don't do anything, they're just wasting their time, they're just cashing in right now. And you can always take two pills in life. You have to face pain eventually, and you have to choose between the pain of regret or the pain of working hard now, but achieving and actualizing your true self. And actually becoming successful. Because you also have to understand that the path to success is very painful. You have to put in a lot of hard work, way more work than you can imagine. I'm facing this every single day. Like, you hear all of these people online motivating you and telling you a bunch of cool stuff. Like, just work and go, just create 5 YouTube videos and you will blow up. Just improve your skills and you will blow up. It's not that easy. There's a lot of competition. And you have to prove to the universe that you deserve your success. I say this in almost every single video because I truly believe it. You have to show the universe that you deserve your success. And the universe is constantly testing you and asking you, do you deserve it? And if the universe is like, okay, you haven't put in enough work consistently for a long amount of time, it's going to deny your offer and you're not going to achieve success. So you have to delay gratification, continue to work hard every single day, consistently, without seeing the results, which will recover later. And you have to be willing to put in the work, even if it sucks. And you have to be willing to delay gratification. There was like a test that you've probably heard of before, which is called the marshmallow test. There was a child placed in a room and a marshmallow in front of them. And if the child waited 15 minutes to eat the marshmallow, he would get a second marshmallow. Most of the children ate the first marshmallow and they couldn't wait 15 minutes. So they ate one marshmallow now and they didn't get 2 marshmallows in the future. That is the same with life. You can eat a marshmallow right now. You can cash in right now. You can use the $100 right now. You can watch porn right now, but your future self will have less. It will have less and less and less. And the more you do instant gratification activities, the less your future self will have. You're taking away from your future self more and more and more. You're stealing your future self's happiness. But on the other hand, if you delay it, you're adding more happiness to your future self. You're adding more and more and more. And eventually that will compound. But all of your bad actions compound as well. There's a universal law that every single reaction has an opposite reaction as well. So everything that's negative also has a positive side. If there's peace, there's chaos, and we regulate between those points. And if you stack up all of the negative habits, watching porn every single day for 6 years, like I used to, I got eventually to the point where I fell down and I always killed myself. Because I've been doing the wrong kind of stuff for a very long amount of time in the past. Video games every single day, porn every single day, junk food every single day. I became ugly, fat, unconfident, socially anxious, and a very terrible human being. But as I woke up and realized this, I completely shifted to delaying gratification. That is like the first principle to self-improvement, delaying gratification. That's like everything that you need to know. You can turn off this video if you know that you have to delay gratification, eat the marshmallow later, don't cash in right now. That's basically the only thing that you have to know to get successful. But to make this easier, I will give you some more points. Now, the next thing that most successful people have is that they stick to one thing for a very long amount of time. But most people are just hopping around between different things if it doesn't work. But if you understand that you have to delay gratification, that hard work takes time, and that you have to prove to the universe that you deserve your success, then you won't change your vehicle. Like, a very easy way to implement this is by talking in sets of business. I've been recording videos every single day for over a year. I've been working every single day for multiple hours, sometimes up to 12 hours, multiple days in a row on my business. I haven't achieved any success. I'm not making any money. I was about to make money, but it's a different story. I could have changed the vehicle. I could have niche hopped. I could have started a different business. I could have went from YouTube to SMMA or dropshipping or all of these shiny objects. But successful people stick to a very specific thing for a very long amount of time. They stick to the same car. They stick to the same vehicle, and they drive it all the way. They drive it all the way to the end goal, to success, and they never stop. And the car will break down along the way. You have to fix the tires. Another car will come crashing into you. That is like chaos. The universe is preventing you from having success. But if you pass the test over and over again, once again you will succeed and you will achieve great things. Never change your vehicle. And the problem is when you change your vehicle, no matter if it's in the sense of business or with your relationship or with going to the gym, you drive the car all the way back to the start and you have to start from zero. Like, I've been working on my skills to speak in front of the camera and video editing and, buying a whiteboard and all of this storytelling stuff and how to create offers and products and how to do marketing, sales, speaking and writing. If I change my business model now, I would have to go back all the way to the start, and all the progress was lost, instead of just sticking with one thing, understanding that it's hard and that it takes time and that this thing will eventually crumble and break down and that I have to continue to fix it. And it's also about the driver. Like, you can only get to a destination if you have a good car and a good driver that knows the destination. Otherwise, you will end up nowhere. You will end up somewhere up here where you don't want to go. So the driver has to know where he wants to head to, a clear vision. And the goal is right here. And he's continued driving. And he's to improve his skills along the way. At the start, the driver doesn't know that his tire, will break down. So then he has to learn how to fix the tire. He doesn't know that another car will crash into him. So now he has to understand how to, fix his car, how to talk to the other human that crashed into his car so that they don't have a heated argument and all of this stuff. It's an analogy because you will face problems along your way. No matter which goal you chase, you will face problems internally or externally. Externally, some bad circumstances might happen. Something will happen in your business, in your work, in your personal life. Or internally, you get some negative beliefs, you get some resistance, you get unmotivated, you don't have enough discipline, all of these different mindsets things that can prevent you from having success. But if you look at Amazon, they stuck to a thing for 25 years. And they've completed it unto perfection, 100%. And they stuck with it. Analyze any most successful person. They stuck with one thing for a very long time. If I say the name Elon Musk, you instantly think of Tesla or SpaceX. If I say the name Jeff Bezos, you instantly think of Amazon. If I say the name Warren Buffett, you instantly think of investing. If I say the name Apple, the brand, you instantly think of, what's his name? Jeff Bezos. No, not Jeff Bezos. I forgot the name of that guy. Steve Jobs. You instantly think of Steve Jobs. You have these certain like brands or things tied to a person. Why? Because they stuck with it for such a long time. They've perfected it unto perfection. They are known for a certain thing. If I say the name Hamza, you instantly think of self-improvement and masculinity. If I say the name, I don't know, Lex Friedman, you instantly think of podcasts. If I say the name Andrew Huberman, you instantly think of neuroscientist. Like, you know these people that are connected to these things because they stuck with it for a very long time. They've mastered it until perfection and they became successful with it because they stuck with it and they wrote the vehicle and they perfected it over time, made the vehicle better, and also became a better driver to get to the end goal and the destination, because the road will get harder along the way. I can give you another example. Actually, I can't. No, I can't. But I can tell you the next thing. The next thing that most successful people do is thinking critically. And you might ask yourself, okay, why is this important? Because you have to create your own truth in the world. You have all of this information that gets put into your brain, into your conscious, and also some of it into your unconscious that you're not even aware of. It will blow the frame, so we'll just focus on this now. And most people filter these things, this information, through people. So if it's a popular decision, which is a bad thing to base it on because almost everything that's popular is wrong, or through politics or to some kind of authority figures, or they look at some stats that are bought by the government to support some certain facts. So they don't actually think critically. They just get an idea, they instantly absorb it. If they do think about it, they look at what other people think, but everything popular is wrong. So they never think critically and they never think for themselves and they never create their own solution. The most successful people, again, Elon Musk, they went against all of the laws. They went against all of the norms. They didn't go to a normal school and follow the traditional path. They started their business. They did what 99% of people were not willing to do, and that's why they got the 1% of success, or the 0.00001% of success that most people desire, because they were willing to do what other people are not willing to do. That is also like a very easy lesson that you can learn. If you look at the 99% and you don't want to end up like them, just do the complete opposite of what the 99% does to get to the 1% that you want to get to. And you have to start by thinking critically. You should analyze a certain problem and you should distance yourself away from it, and you should not be involved with your emotions into a certain belief or problem or whatever. You should try to analyze it from all angles and try to look at it from all standpoints, from philosophy, from spirituality, from your own truth, from the truth of someone else's. Then look at someone else and read a different book in a kind of different perspective. And what you will find out in the end is a little golden nugget that you can use to your advantage because you believe in it, and that is your own truth, not the truth of someone else. And you create your own philosophy by doing so, which is an absolutely amazing thing. Now the last thing that I want to talk about is sacrifice. Success equals sacrifice. And the most successful people have sacrificed the most. Because you have 100 energy points a day. And what you spend these 100 energy points a day on depends on your success. And you don't have more time or less time than more successful people than you. We all have 24 hours a day. And let's say we all have 100 energy points a day. They're just using the energy points better on one primary goal instead of wasting it on 20 on going to the gym, 20 on meditating, 20 on, eating and fucking around, 10 on school or whatever it might be. They're using all of the energy and directing it into one direction to create a huge amount of success in one area. So you have to ask yourself, what is your primary goal? What is your mission? What do you wake up for in the morning? It just chase that for a long amount of time until you get it. That's the life of a masculine man. That's the life of successful men. They have one clear mission. They dedicate their whole life to it. They literally change everything in their environment to their success. And that's what I've done. My environment is quite minimalistic. I just have a few clothes right here and my workspace. That's it. And a bed. I don't have any distractions. I also optimize my diet towards success. I only eat in the evening because I don't want to experience brain fog. I don't want to eat carbs or sugar that give me blood sugar levels and then I get brain fog. I don't want to be distracted. I don't want my body to use energy. I want to use my energy to work on my business. I've almost perfected my whole environment, my whole life, my diet to 100% to this one goal of making money with my business and also helping you, other students, with the mindset, productivity, and mental health. So you have to pick one primary goal and work on it until it's done. And you have to delete everything from your life that's not contributing to your goal. So please do this exercise and ask yourself, look around in your environment, look around at your habits, look around at your friends, look around at everything that you're doing in your day. If you don't have a clear picture of it, just tomorrow, or maybe you're watching this in the morning, just write down who you spend time with, how much, and how much time you spend on a certain thing, and what kind of the thoughts that you also got in your head. And then you just go through this list and you erase everything that is not contributing to your primary goal. And then you just stick to those things, and you try to stick to those things as good as possible and try to get away from the things that you've crossed out and erased as good as possible. And you just stick to this one primary thing until you achieve it. And you will face resistance, you will face friction. Like as we've covered before, you will be tempted to change the vehicle and go into a different path because it's hard. But if you're willing to do what 99% are not willing to do, you will achieve the 1% that you want to get to once again. So, if this video was beneficial to you and you want to improve your mindset, productivity, and mental health while talking to me directly, if you think I'm an interesting person, and having a tight-knit brotherhood of students just like me and you can click on the first link in the description to join my community cautious movement. Thank you for watching, and please take action.